This week I'm down in Bury in West Sussex at Fogden's Farm. 3 buildings as part of one estate, if you like. I stayed in the black and white thatched cottage known as a Wealden Hall House. Very interesting energy. 3 generations of women live here. This is Sophie in the middle with Jan, her mum, and Paloma lives in the barn in the middle with me. They were just lovely. Hello from West Sussex. I am down in Bury near Pulborough at a wonderful estate, and this is a Wealden Hall House that I'm staying in. That room up the top is my bedroom, and I'm going to give you a bit of a guided tour. So this is the oldest building. They say estimate late 1400s, early 1500s, according to the history books. And then we come over to a repurposed 17th century barn, which contains other living space. And then this is the cottage. So it's 3 houses, and there's the garage, and there's the gates, and the road over to the neighbours. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of this wonderful place and gardens. This is Freddie, the border terrier. So as we come in, you see the details. And this part is an extension up out of the original building, but I don't want to show you some of the magic inside. So whilst it's the same age as the Tudor house that I stayed in the other week, the beams are a lot higher. The doors are walkable through. So this is into one part of the house with beautiful beams. I love this area through to the kitchen. Original Aga, but there are modern bits as well. With the old thick timber doors through to, I use it as a storage room, but I just want to show you again this fabulous fireplace that they have. So that's a great space there. Back through the kitchen into this hallway. There's a wonderful conservatory here that's been built on. Love, love, love this space. Beautiful palm trees overlooking the gardens, which are just stunning, and we'll have a look at those in a moment. So my workspace, my eating space, beautiful living space, into the lounge, which is an extension with beautiful pictures on the wall. Now this bit's where the old magic happens. Through to it's Victorian floor, but this bit's, I feel like I've cleared the energy in here a little bit since being here. It was really quite creepy when I got here to know it. The cellars down below, that's the original front door, and that goes into the other room. And then the stairs up, so without a light on, up the stairs, it's really quite dark. And then we can see it with the doors through to one of the bedrooms. I don't know what the door at the back is, but it's a funny little setup. I'm sure people would have hidden here back in the day. And then we come up the stairs. The light's blue. Just after I did the energy work, I'll say no more. So I don't have a full light, but that's the bathroom ahead. And that's Jan's beautiful sort of Provence style bedroom through there, which is a new one, but I wanted to show you where I sleep. In this beautiful high ceiling, high vaulted ceiling bedroom. I don't know if you can get a scale of it, but that's the door, which is shoulder height, through to the other bedroom. So beautiful windowsill, bay window, and then we come through to here, opening the old latches through to the little room in here. How cute's this? The high ceiling. And again, that's the door from the top of the stairs with the cupboard. I don't venture opening those doors. It's very interesting energy in these places. I've settled into it a little bit more now. It did take me a few days, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that. So there we go, inside of a Wealden house. And now we'll go and look outside. I'm going to start off the outside tour at the back of the house into the French Provence style garden. Jan, who lives in the old cottage, she was a garden designer, well, landscape garden designer back in her day, so she knows what she's doing. The smell of the sweet peas are stunning. The perfume of those is gorgeous. So we've got the rhubarb growing, various herbs and crops, coriander and sage, but the beautiful layout around the circular tree. Again, you know by now that I'm not particularly au fait with the names of everything, so I'm not even going to attempt that. Others will say that those are lettuces and strawberries and basil, roses, little latch gate through to this beautiful place here, and this is what they call the nook, to sit outside with your morning coffee or tea. It's not a bright day today, but when it has been, we actually did have some sun. The light, the way they catch on these statues is beautiful. So the gardens sort of go on and on, the colours through here. This beautiful verbena outside the conservatory, which she planted for her husband, so the butterflies could come. It's Freddie walking by. The black agapanthus are growing up. So this is the back of the barn and the storage. Okay, Freddie, you show me the way to this wonderful topiary. These perfect curved hedges down. There's all these hidden gems in this garden. What can you see, Freddie? Off your truck. The hydrangeas. And I love this little spot here. Sort of hidden garden. There's so many of them. You just keep going in this place. It's quite amazing. Pampas grass through to the shed. The cubby house the tree house up in the tree, funnily enough. Down to the greenhouse, which is time to open the door for the morning. And there's a few plants growing here. The cucumbers are growing, they've grown this week. I'll have one of those for my lunch later. And the tomatoes are coming along nicely. Wonderful to see. So this is to the back of the house. Seating areas down here, and I'll just show you the other garden plot. So they have help with the garden, which you would need, I believe, in something this size. And then there's just through to the vegetable patch. All sorts growing here. I had some beautiful new potatoes out of there the other day, absolutely gorgeous. Beans, sweet corn, just a myriad. And you can hear the doves. There's another workplace down there. It's like an artist studio. I hadn't actually looked in there. How beautiful. Can you imagine having an artist's garden? An artist studio in your garden? Look at that artwork. Wow. Beautiful place. So there we go, the outside of the house. Went for a walk over the fields. I had my friend Philippa, an old university friend, down to stay, so we went exploring. It was really stunning down by the river. This is Phil. I hadn't seen her since for about 18 years, so it was really good to have a catch up. The dogs are very cute, Rolly and Freddie. Trying to get a picture with us all in can be somewhat tricky sometimes. I'm up on the South Downs, just north of Arundel, south of Pulborough. I've never been here before. It's not far from where I grew up, really. In fact, over that way would have been the hills that I knew as I grew up towards Dorking and Box Hill. And I'm at the top of the hill before we make our way back down, a bit of hedgerow there. But then we come over to this side. In the distance is the ocean, and a cathedral down there I can see on the horizon. And it's just glorious. It's not raining. It was lovely yesterday. The wind is up a little, not too bad. I just love it. And just some still shots over the landscape. I really did like this neck of the woods, the undulating hills. It felt a very soft energy, and vineyards growing. I have yet to be to an English cellar door, but there were signs of grapes, and the view over the village with the sheep. It was really lovely down there. And then I rescued a butterfly from inside the conservatory. Been flitting around. Always lovely when they come to see you. And here's Freddie and Rolly on the sofa. They were very cute, and then I filmed them greeting me the next morning. Good morning, doggies. Hello. How are you? Where are you? Hello. You're all a bit excited to see me. Oh, what a lovely morning greeting. Oh, you beautiful boys, eh? Went for a walk at Petworth again. I was staying the other side of Petworth from where I'd been at the Tudor house, and it was great to get into the gardens and the beautiful lake. It was a really big walk. There's so much space out there to explore, and they have deer wandering around on the hillside, which obviously we keep the dogs away from, but it was good to see them. And then a trip to the seaside down at Littlehampton. I hadn't been here for years. My friend Charlotte was staying for the weekend, so it was great to take the dogs down. Freddie having a good old roll on the rocks. He loved it down there, gallivanting around. Look how fast you are! And a picture of them just by the groins on the beach. And then Freddie cooled down in some clear water at the side, just having a splash around. It was lovely to be down there. I hadn't been to the British South Coast for 40 years maybe. The view out in the distance were the wind farms. I don't know if you can see them there. And my friend Charlotte, who I'd been to school with. So I've known her many a year. I spent my birthday with her last year at Hampton Court. A lovely walk. Having some space to myself after a very busy social few days. I'm just ready to catch my breath, catch up on work, spend time with the dogs, and hopefully the sun will come out at some point. Down at Arundel Cathedral, 150 years old, far smaller than the other cathedrals I've been in, but nevertheless still beautiful. And this was the outside of it. You could see it for miles around as you drove up to Arundel. It was really a lovely building. Arundel Castle. I've seen it for many years and never been in before today. And now we're inside Arundel Castle, and it's just a collection of pictures of the rooms and the old chapel. It's a grand place with the swords room and the firearms and the great hall. I like this room. I liked the sled up on the stairs there and the dead animal. Dining room. So this had all been redone in the last 150, 200 years with a sitting room. So it was the new, built upon the old, refurbished, etc. Of the bedrooms where people stayed, and the view across the South Downs through the leaded windows were wonderful. Always the beds were so much smaller. People were so much smaller then. Gorgeous tapestries. I love them. The views outside were stunning too. And the original family still live at some part of the castle. Coming into my favourite room of the house was the library. It was absolutely stunning. The mahogany and the red velvet everywhere. It went on for a long way, built on top of the Elizabethan Great Hall. Lots of nooks and crannies to sit by the fire and have gatherings. And then downstairs, that was a bit creepy down that corridor. It was obviously in the older part. And a World War II bomb they found in the grounds, as you do. It's always good to get the view down the corridors and up to the keep. I'm glad I went round the castle again to find the keep. Inside the keep, the old part of the castle. The portcullis, the gate that would have kept everybody in and out. Again, a view through the window and an empty corridor. You've got to take a picture if there's no tourists in the way, right? Again, the chapel, a bit lower down this time. Oh no, this was the Fitzilian chapel. That's right, it was in the grounds, half divided between Roman Catholic and C of E. Yes, it was a little church in the grounds. There was beautiful gardens there. 5-10 minute walk from the castle. The view over to the cathedral that I had been in previously across the road. Then we spent a lot of time cultivating these gardens. The greenhouses mostly grow the crops for the family to still eat. And they're just really beautiful flowers. And a blue sky. A rare thing. They call these, there's an area called the stumpery with tree stumps, but this was one where the plants were growing out that was stunning. And I love the circular grass cutting they had done in this little part. And a fountain based on Oberon's, from the prince from the ballet. It was a fountain, it was cute. It's very pretty flowers. Obviously photos don't really do them justice. Love this. All the world's a stage and each one must play our part. Tribute to Shakespeare in one of the little rooms. I went back down to Worthing the following day, even better day, and we had fish. Oh no, I didn't have fish and chips. I had chips on the beach. I hadn't done that for a long time. It was really beautiful. And the view down towards Brighton, which you can just about see on the horizon there. Midweek, stunning. I went to a local park afterwards. And the next day, my final day, this was stunning. Bignor Hill, the perfume of the place. I'm up at Bignor Hill, and it's a little bit hazy. It's going to be a warm day today, but look at these flowers. It's Freddie. It's just, there's no one around. Wow. I'm a little higher up on the downs now, and it's such a shame it's hazy, because this would just be amazing. Well, it is amazing. It is amazing. The perfume in the air of these flowers is stunning. And I just had a great chat with a walker who's doing the South Downs. There goes Robert. On his travels, it's taken him 6 or 7 days so far to do the South Downs. And he's done about 70 miles, got another 3 days to go. But oh my God, I am just in awe of this place. I love it. I've never been here, and it's not far from where I grew up. It's blown my mind. Such a soft, feminine energy about it. Amazing. This was Robert, the hiker. I stopped to chat to for about 10 minutes to appreciate the landscape with. He was quite a character. And it just was beautiful. It's one of those views that will stick with me. I cut a poppy with Rolly. Clapping in the wind, it was beautiful. Then I ended the day with another car breakdown, the second in 8 days. At least I got it to the service station and could get something to eat. Same problem as last week, which means I don't know why they didn't fix it last week. Oh well, onwards and upwards.